The objective of the game is to eliminate all other champions. We will be using the 2 champion starter decks, Power Dominance and Blood Draw. Setup. Each player shuffles their power deck and their Battleground deck separately. Each player draws 6 power cards. Each player draw and place 1 Battleground card face up. Next, set up your defense. Place 3 cards from your hand into the zone face down. This will be your first line of defense. Place your champion into the champion zone face down, behind your defense line. Setup is completed. Now decide who goes first to start the game. Player 1 rolled a 4, and Player 2 rolled a 6. Player 2 won the roll and starts the game first. Now the game has started. Let's learn the turn phases for each player. Phase 1 is the start of the turn. Draw a power card. Phase 2 is the action turn. In any order, you may choose one or both. Choose to activate slow activation type card, or flip your champion face up or face down. And choose to attack an opponent's defense card. If you choose not to attack, draw a card. Let's see Player 2's turn. Player 2 decides first to not attack in order to draw a card. Player 2 then decides to activate an enhance card with a slow activation type effect. Player 2 plays out the effect. The enhanced trigger effect requires the player to roll a die. Player 2 rolls a 3, which allows the player to search the deck for a card, and then shuffles. The phase ends after the player plays out the second action of Phase 2. Phase 3. Play out any end of turn effects, such as delayed effects. In this case, the player did not play or have any end of turn effects. Now let's see Player 1's turn. Phase 1 is the start of the turn. Draw a power card. Phase 2 is the action turn. On Phase 2 of the action turn, Player 1 chooses to first activate Enhance card with a slow activation type effect. The Enhance card's effect requires Player 1 to roll a die. Player 1 rolls a 5 and gets to draw 2 cards due to the Enhance card's effect. Next, Player 1 chooses to attack. Player 1 picks the Player 2's middle defense card to engage in combat. The super enters Player 2's battleground as it enters combat, and it is now affected by it. Player 2 flips their defense card face up. Because the card is an Enhance card, no defense effects are activated. Now we look at the power value to determine who would be the victor of the battle. Player 1's card has a power of 7 + 1 due to its offensive skill. This power is greater than Player 2's power of 4. Player 1 will win the battle. Player 2 looks to respond to the battle. Player 2 chooses a super's ability that can activate at an instant. The ability destroys all attacking supers, which protects Player 2's defense card. All cards used in combat is put into the discard pile besides the defense card. The defense card remains face up throughout the game, unless other effects allows it to flip face down again. The phase ends after the player plays out the second action of Phase 2. Phase 3. The player did not play or have any end of turn effects. Now let's skip ahead a bit and see an in-depth Phase 2 combat, where Player 2 decides to attack with their own champion. Player 2 chooses their face-up champion to attack Player 1's defense card. The champion enters Player 1's battleground to fight. Player 1's defense card is already face-up, so we move on and look at the defense card's defense skill first, followed by the attacking card's ability skill. The defense skill is a trigger, which only activates when flipped face-up in the defense zone. Player 1's defense skill did not activate due to the defense card being face-up already. Now we look to see if there is any offensive ability that would activate from the attacker. There is no offensive skill to activate. Let's see how the battleground will impact the supers. Since Player 2's card entered the Player 1's battleground, it is also impacted by it. The Hyper Chamber battleground increases power by 2 for special power types. In this case, both attacking and defense supers do not have special power types and receive no addition boost or effects. Now we look to combat comparing power values. Player 2's card has a power of 8, while Player 1's card has a power of 5. Player 2 will win the battle. Player 1 looks to their hand to see if they can respond due to having lower power value. Player 1 does not have a response. Player 2's attacking card defeats Player 1's defense card. As Player 2's champion wins, it returns to the champion zone face-up, and the defense card is moved to the discard pile. The battle continues until all but one champion stands.